I hope that I am on the right setting for this mic. Hi everyone. Sorry for being quite scantily clad this morning. I just woke up, threw on some shorts. I'm exhausted, but that's because I realized that I haven't done any work in fixing my sleep schedule, despite the fact that I know I am starting school very soon. I'm cleaning up my kitchen area because we have a lot of stuff that needs to be thrown out. Cleaning out some of the fridge so I could put more stuff in it. You know, I'm trying to be a little bit productive, and right now I'm gonna make a detox tea because I have been inflamed as fuck. This isn't inflammation. This is just watch your diet. Watch what you put in that gut. I know exactly what I'm going to talk about, but it's a bit difficult to introduce the topic of discussion because of how controversial this woman is, because I already made a video about it, and I don't want to come off as excessive or obsessive or anything like that, because it's that's not really the case. Not really, at least. This video is about Angelica's grass. Oh my gosh, like damn girl, let it go. I'm going to make it very clear right now that this will not be like the first video I made on Angelica's grass, where I was insulting her, calling her a crackhead. What else did I call? I think I called her a dope fiend. I think I might have also called her crazy. I'm not even going to entertain the argument. Well, she's been saying worse shit online. I am slowly coming to the realization that just because someone does something fucked up does not take away from the words that you're saying being fucked up. You know what I mean? It even feels weird little girling her right now because we don't know this woman. I mean, because like she's grown and what she does, that's on her, and that there isn't really a singular thing that anyone can do about it. And I don't, unless anyone in her like that knows her personally wants to get involved, I don't think that should be the job of like internet sleuths and things like that. So I am going to make that very clear. I don't know this woman. We don't really know this woman. Is she a grifter? Is she, you know, is she actually like this? We don't know. And we shouldn't really give a fuck about that. That's the point that I'm trying to make. I didn't need 2 minutes to say those words. Did want to say one thing. There is something that comes to mind. And this situation, I find it like recently it's applied to people who have known Angelica and have said something against her or anything like remotely against her, and how immediately that's being taken as something that's like antagonistic, when really the way that these people that actually have known Angelica and saw her like kind of, I'm gonna say spiral, but I don't know, kind of like spiral and go down this path like this, they'll be so calm in the videos talking about it or in their statements, and then you will have people crying in the comments about how hateful this video is, how disgusting this video is. Hi baby, give me a moment, y'all, give me a moment. I needed to get down. There's this one, I believe she's also an ASMR artist. Her video on Angelica's grass popped up, and the response was about as much as you'd expect it to be. It didn't surprise me when I opened the comments and I saw the little Angelica's meat writers in those replies fighting for her, when honestly I don't think Angelica gives a shit. Like, yes, call me parasocial, the way that I'm gonna speak on Angelica's behalf right now, but honestly I don't think she cares. Right? She doesn't care, mama. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. Yeah, I don't think she gives a fuck. So why are we here fighting on her behalf? She did not ask you guys to. At all. To some extent, it is kind of political. It's very political. The only reason that the politics doesn't bother them, or they claim that Angelica's politics doesn't bother them, it's not because, you know, they always say, oh, well, I don't care about the politics of who I'm supporting and things like that. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Because it bothers you when someone speaks against those politics. Your politics. But if someone sat up here and started speaking down on liberal ideologies, y'all would just be okay with that. Y'all would be fine with that. And I mean, hey, to each their own. I've come to find out that you cannot change these people's minds. Something just really needs to happen in order for people to come to that conclusion that, you know, they might not be on the right side of history just because they're the right wing. they will always, they would never ride this hard for someone who has liberal ideologies. Say Angelica and her friends were all conservatives, and slowly after some years she becomes a bit more liberal, and then she becomes full-blown liberal. I don't think those conservatives would really want to be friends with her or stick around with her or associate with her, especially if she's going so strictly against beliefs that she has. That they have this approach that we don't care for the politics. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You guys are not Sally Bowles. You guys don't have this whole politics, what's that got to do with us kind of approach. You don't. Everything, and especially now, is very political. And not just political, but the things that Angelica has said, you are entitled to your own opinion at the end of the day. But not only does it get into the political, it also goes into the existence of certain groups of people and how we classify these groups of people. So I don't know. I think personally, yeah, it's not only political, it's political, and it's also an issue of people's human rights. But that's my take on it, and you guys are entitled to your own opinions. I'm entitled to my own, and this is my channel where I'm not, again, nothing is intellectually stimulating about my channel. I'm just here to talk. If you guys know me, you guys know that I love to argue. I love to argue. And there I was in the video comments arguing with people, as I do, and like, come on, like, I'm sorry, like, as much as I want to do growth, I can't. Like, if you guys say something that I personally, in my opinion, find really fucking stupid, I'm going to have something to say to you. I don't know, and especially if, come on, this is a public comment section, like, please, I'm gonna respond in a way, like, and that's my free will. That's what I choose to do with my free will. It's a lot of these people saying, I can't believe you, you're so hateful. They were arguing about how dare you do this to someone just because they have different views than you, or different views as you. The more that you read, the more you get the idea that they don't like that someone else has different views than the creator they're supporting. And it's also, they're making this whole thing about, you didn't need to make this video. So I want to address just a few of the things I've seen in these comments. So the first things first, that Angelica is not, when you call her racist or homophobic, that's not that. You guys are just throwing buzzwords and calling her an extremist, calling her far right. That's also hateful and not true at all. So I hate to break it to you guys, you're wrong. Like, not even in, like, it's one, my opinion, but also you're just objectively wrong. I think personally, when you're retweeting things from accounts that have something to do with, you know, full-blown white supremacy. We had a Twitter at some point. Y'all missed out on that arc, but that was back when, like, this whole thing was, like, really, like, it was starting to unravel, this whole newfound political belief system in general for her. She was tweeting things along the lines of, well, no but wonder black people act the way that they are. No wonder. And it's like, well, I wonder what you mean by that. Weird. You're weird. And, you know, everything that you don't like automatically being labeled Jewish. I say the word Jew all the time, Jew, but there's a difference in the way that I say it and in the way that Angelica says it. Because in the way that Angelica says it, you know, it's the placeholder for another word. I think she's a little bit of those phobics, of those isms, I think. And when it comes to gays, I'm sorry, trying to so desperately find a link between Judaism and on top of that pedophilia and then gay people, that you've just created this evil bigot triad. And it's like, that is homophobia. Calling transgenderism and the entire thing of homosexuality a fetish. Guys, that's homophobia. That is transphobia. At the end of the day, that is bigotry. So Yeah, she is part of those things, and why just not own up to it? That's the first thing. Second of all, don't call her right wing, don't call her extremist. She herself has called herself right wing. So if that's an insult, is she now insulting herself? Does she just not fuck with herself? I think my next New Year's resolution is going to be stop arguing with people online. Because again, at the end of the day, if you argue or debate someone online, you are not actually going to change their mind. If you go into wanting to have a conversation, that is where there could be, some change of mind or some openness. This is an argument online. That person has their mindset, and they're in a debate. You want to defend your ideology. You are not open to changing it. You're defending it. It's so crazy to me that this person said that, people are using the word homophobic and racist to describe Angelica. That is slinging around buzzwords. It is not, especially when the things that have come out of Angelica's mouth, it does fall into that ism and that phobia. But throwing around feminism and left wing and all this and all that is buzzword territory. The whole feminist thing, it pisses me off when these people bring up feminism, feminist this, men that. First and foremost, men will drop other men from their friend circles the minute that they find out that they're fucking around with someone who has a high body count. Men literally dropped idols because his girl was popping her pussy on OnlyFans. Conservative men dropped Bud Light because they had fucking Dylan Mulvaney with a partnership. With the whole political thing, chances are you won't get dropped from that friend group or by a friend unless you start to get annoying with it. And quite frankly, Angelica was getting annoying with it because all of her content had to do with that from that point forward. I'm sorry, it gets to a point where when you're doing Kanye West fucking ASMR roleplay, Barack Obama gay ASMR roleplay, fucking Eric Cartman transitions you and things like that, Angelica's content was purely in favor of right-wing politics. Of course it gets to a point where it's like, I can no longer ignore this part of my friend. I might have to drop my friend because this is not something that I stand for. This is not something I believe in. And quite frankly, it's getting annoying. I'll just be throwing around feminism and not knowing how fucking different feminists and feminism is. It's not a hive mind. Just like the gays, the feminists are not a hive mind. The feminists don't agree with each other on a lot of things. It is incredibly fucking diverse. There is no sense of, there's nothing that they can be concise about, nothing that they agree with. So I am not sure why feminism has to be brought up. I think at that point you're just running out of arguments. Personally. And the third thing that I wanted to bring up, I think it's the third and last thing that I wanted to bring up when it came to these comments that I saw. The argument that this video didn't need to be made. If you wanted to drop Angelica as a friend, you could have done that privately. I'm here to tell you right now. People do care about who they're supporting. Did you know that views translate into money? The little bit of views that I get on fucking Clarissa's Corner, in about 3 months, that's a $100-something paycheck. So it's like, do you guys really want to help someone get a check if they are actively speaking against you, your community, or people that you support, people that are part of the community that you like, people that you love that are part of these communities? Do you really want to help someone like that financially? Would these right-wingers support a liberal? No, they wouldn't. What the fuck? Do you think Ben Shapiro would have even half of his supporters left if he decided, I think I might be a Jewish homosexual, and I think this is going to be the new how do I put it, the new lifestyle that I'm deciding to take on for myself and be open about. And hypothetically, that might mean that I am losing a lot of my supporters. Do you think that a lot of those supporters are going to be like, oh yeah, no, you won't lose us. No, we'll stay for you. We love you. No, you don't. You're here for the content. And the minute that you start going against the content that you were originally there for, we're not going to throw money at you anymore. So a lot of people wanted to know where Elise stood on Angelica. Because again, these are people who are supporting her. And the whole thing, this video didn't need to be made. It did, because people were asking her to talk about it. But that is all that it was. I would understand this comment, this video didn't need to be made if she was then further exposing Angelica and dropping very private details about her life. Mind you, a lot of things about her private life are known, but that is because she's let that slip out. So it's not really part of your private life if you let everybody know about it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't that. The video was simply, hey, it's come to a point where I can no longer associate myself with this individual, and I want you guys to know that I don't stand with these beliefs, but she is entitled to her own beliefs. That's fine. I find it, maybe she was low-key condemning the beliefs, but that's fine. Angelica condemns homosexuality, Judaism, fucking transgenderism, all day till the fucking cows come home. But it's an issue for someone to simply make like a simple, literally under the 8-minute mark, so she's not even getting a check out of this, to say, I do not support these beliefs, which is why I'm no longer associating with her, but you know, if she were to ever change her mind on any of these things, I am so open to being, you know, we'll welcome her back with open arms, that kind of thing. You know, because to some extent, you can't really go against yourself like that. This is something that I learned, and it took me a while to learn it. In high school, I had this friend, and we fell out. I'm not going to go into details about any of that or why. It was probably my fault, probably their fault, probably we're both at fault. We are not perfect individuals, especially in high school. It was so sad because that was who I considered my best friend, but it hit me. You are not entitled to friendship. And it is one thing, okay, for me, someone who is directly involved in that relationship and that friendship, to be upset about it. It is another thing for random ass strangers to be upset on your behalf, because I'm telling you right now, Angelica more than likely doesn't give a fuck. Oh my God, did I shock you guys? She doesn't care. She more than likely doesn't care because life moves on. You're someone like Angelica, knowing that the people in your circle, a lot of them are liberals and a lot of them have extremely different views than you. It gets to a point where you're like, yeah, I could see these people coming out of leaving my life because of my views that I'm being very open about. And honestly, very extreme about, because she would talk about them in almost every fucking video. She saw that shit coming, you know? It's kind of dumb. I don't want to further insult you guys because I already took my little anger out in the early hours of the morning. As you can see, I was up all night and I clicked on that video because it popped up and I was like, oh, y'all are dumb. I just knew it. I shouldn't, if I know that there are gonna be stupid ass comments on a video, I should just not look at the comments. So I was gonna make another video like on something that is like actually fun to talk about, Danganronpa. But again, this video isn't really about Angelica. This is mostly about this whole thing. You guys think that you're entitled to friendship. Yeah, a lot of the video was spent on talking about the things that Angelica has said or done or whatever, but that was just to address these comments. But what you guys should take from this video, if anything, is the fact that you're not owed friendship. I don't care who you voted for. I don't care where you lie on the political compass. It goes every single way. Both ways when it comes to left and right. I don't give a shit. You're not owed friendship. You don't know these people. You don't know any of them. And I get it. You guys care for Angelica. I get very fucking parasocial about Ryan Ross. Say something bad about Mia Goth right now and I might find your location. Say something horrible about Jeremy Strong and I will show up to your house with a bomb strapped to my chest. Really all I had to say for this video. I don't expect you guys to take any action from this video because this wasn't even a fun video to make. It's just me ranting. I do that. I'll be honest. I'm a yapper. I just talk. But anyways, I'm going to record another video now. A more fun video. Bye.